am Bhagyalakshmi, a cloud support engineer here at the AWS office in Hyderabad. Today I am going to show you how to install, upgrade or repair storage and network AWS drivers and an Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud Windows instance. Let's get started. There are three types of AWS drivers that you can use on EC2 Windows instances: Paravirtual or PV drivers, AWS Non-Volatile Memory Express or NVMe drivers, and Elastic Network Adapter or ENA drivers. The type of driver that you use depends on the instance type. Most Nitro-based instances use the ENA driver for networking and the AWS NVMe driver for storage. Most Xen-based instances use the AWS PV driver for both networking and storage, and some instances use a combination of drivers. To identify which drivers you need, first determine whether your instance is Nitro or Xen-based. Choose the Amazon EC2 instance type specifications, link in the video's description. After you determine the hypervisor type, you can run this Windows PowerShell command to check which drivers are currently installed. In the command's output, you can find the install AWS drivers and versions. To upgrade or repair storage and network AWS drivers, you can either use an automation runbook or you can manually install or upgrade the drivers. First, I'll show you how to use the AWS Support Upgrade Windows AWS Drivers Automation Runbook. This runbook uses AWS Systems Manager agent to install the latest AWS drivers. SSM agent will first create an Amazon machine image backup of your instance before it runs any operations. Make sure that you can access the AMI so that you can delete it after the drivers are upgraded. To run the automation, open the Systems Manager console and then choose Documents. Search for AWS Support Upgrade Windows AWS Drivers and then select the runbook. Choose Execute Automation. There are a number of input parameters that you can enter. Make sure to provide your instance ID. If the online installation fails, then you can set the Allow Offline setting to True to allow an offline installation. Also, make sure that your instance role has the required permissions that are listed in the runbook description. Then choose Execute to run the automation. When you upgrade the drivers online, the instance restarts as part of the upgrade process. If you choose to upgrade the drivers offline, then you must stop and start the EC2 instance. If you use virtual private cloud endpoints to connect your instances to AWS Systems Manager, then the runbook will fail unless you run the automation in the US East 1 region. The runbook will also fail on domain controller. To manually install or upgrade the AWS drivers, for PV drivers, follow the steps in the Paravirtual drivers for Windows instances documentation. To upgrade PV drivers on a domain controller, follow the steps in the Upgrade a Domain Controller AWS PV upgrade documentation. For NVMe drivers, see the AWS NVMe drivers guide. And for ENA drivers, follow the steps in the Enable Enhanced Networking with ENA documentation. You can find the links to these documents in the video's description. Before you manually upgrade your drivers, make sure to create an AMI or snapshot backup of the server. Also, whether you use the runbook or manually install the latest drivers, it's a best practice to install them during scheduled downtime because the installation requires a reboot. Thanks for watching and happy cloud computing from all of us here at AWS.